Now, the Paul R. Cheeseborough Salutatory Award is awarded each year to the member of the senior class who has demonstrated excellence in scholarship in a rigorous academic program over a 3-year period. This year's salutatorian is Lydia Marilyn Buckley. Although Lydia's academic achievements and stellar transcripts speak for themselves, her teachers comment more on the intangible qualities she brings to the classroom: her leadership, thoughtfulness, and interest in the ideas of classmates. One of Lydia's teachers describes her as a fountain of energy matched with a profound intellect. The energy accounts for her stunningly diverse commitments across school life. Perhaps you saw her amazing lead performance in our winter musical, Legally Blonde. Quite a role for our salutatorian, if you know that plot. In addition to other shows, Lydia has contributed fine leadership as president of the Edgertones, our girls' a cappella group, as a student government officer, as one of the editors of the Hun Review and the yearbook, and as a varsity field hockey player. She's deeply committed to community service and has served as president of the Ours to Change Club and on the executive board of our Community Service Club. Like everything she does, Lydia's passion for serving others is deep and sincere. In the words of Lynn McNulty, our community service director, what's close to Lydia are the voices that are silent. Lydia gives voices to these causes and listens to their needs. In addition to the Acting Prize, Salutatory Award, and a few months ago, the John L. Kushke Memorial Award, Lydia has also received the Smith Book Award and the University of Rochester Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony Award in her junior year. She's left remarkable footprints here, and we're excited to follow her next steps as a student at Cornell University. On behalf of the faculty, I'm proud to present this year's Paul R. Cheeseborough Salutatorian Award to Lydia Marilyn Buckley.
We'll give her the prize after her speech.
Yeah.
So. We'll give you the prize after the speech. Good luck.
Good morning, faculty, family, friends, and the class of 2017. Let me begin by painting you all a picture. It's opening night of the play Dead Man's Cell Phone. I am sitting with the rest of the cast and crew in the open area above the main staircase, where we usually gather before a show. Though I have been a part of these pre-show traditions many, many times over my 4 years, tonight is different. I am overwhelmed by a completely new nervousness. Normally, my stomach fills with butterflies, thinking, what if I screw up? Tonight, however, the nerves that haunt me say, there is nothing else I can do. This is my first time directing a show, and although my co-director Lexi and I feel completely responsible for it, suddenly, on opening night, we are stripped of any sense of control. We have no idea how it will go or what is in store. We get to the part of our pre-show when the director reads Final Notations by Adrienne Rich, a poem about the terror and reward of new beginnings. It goes like this. It will not be simple. It will not be long. It will take little time. It will take all your thought. It will take all your heart. It will take all your breath. It will be short. It will not be simple. It will touch through your ribs. It will take all your heart. It will not be long. It will occupy your thought. As a city is occupied. As a bed is occupied. It will take all your flesh. It will not be simple. You are coming into us who cannot withstand you. You are coming into us who never wanted to withstand you. You are taking parts of us into places never planned. You are going far away with pieces of our lives. It will be short. It will take all your breath. It will not be simple. It will become your will. Theater at Hun means a lot more than putting on a show. It's about community and working together. It's about forming bonds completely unrestrained by differences in age, gender, ethnicity, or anything else. This close-knit family feel really encapsulates what Hun is all about, even beyond theater. Anywhere you go within this community, there are always people who have your back. In field hockey, Mrs. Quirk often references holding the rope. Each of us gets a small segment from one large rope that is taped to our stick. It is a physical reminder that we are all connected and there for each other always. This feeling of support and security can be found in every classroom, every sports team, every art, and every club. The community here is what makes Hun special. Those bonds you have formed with every teacher and classmate don't happen everywhere. We have been fortunate to spend our teenage years in a place with this type of care and support. The poem I just read is used on opening night because it is about a new beginning. Here at graduation, all of us are faced with a new beginning. On opening night, we mourn the rehearsal process. Today, in the same way, we mourn the process of high school. For 4 years, our lives have been this place and these people. It's hard to imagine not pulling up at 7:45 and racing to your first class, or dreading that long period class every single day. It's hard to imagine no more dodgeball tournaments or karaoke competitions. These are the small constants we have grown accustomed to. But it's time to move on from here. It's time to leave our safe haven. It's uncomfortable, yet strangely exciting. It will take all your heart, and it will take all your thought. As we leave this place, we leave behind our sense of security. We leave the teachers who have helped form us and the school that changed us. We leave the classes and activities that helped us find our passions. But we take with us a version of ourselves completely equipped for the broader world ahead. A version that understands the value of collaboration. A version whose brain has been wired to think and question everything. And most importantly, a version with a better understanding of themselves. When we leave here today, we are losing our sense of security and control. And giving up control is never simple. It means confronting fears. Sometimes fears can be overwhelming and all-consuming. But if you can take a step back to look at them, they are usually very small and inconsequential. Many of us have confronted fears during our time here. Chris Fake had to overcome his nerves before taking the field on the big night football game this homecoming. Or Nora Al-Busaidi, who found herself a victim of bigotry in Princeton, but learned how to stand up for herself and recognize her value because of the support she found here. Or Elizabeth Latella, who faced fear when she finally got the courage to try out for her first Hun play in her senior year and ended up getting a lead. And Mia Kura, who was afraid to walk the streets of India on the art trip, but she conquered it and had a transformative experience. So let me paint you a picture of what fear looked like to me earlier this year. I sit gripping the black leather chair underneath me. I am bubbling with nervous energy as my heart pounds and my palms get sweaty. Inside my head, I scream, "Why did you agree to this? And what are you thinking?" I look out at the rest of the salon patrons, all blissfully unaware of the internal terror I am facing. This dramatic event was not me swimming with sharks or learning to skydive. It was simply me dyeing my hair blonde earlier this year. Dyeing my hair was something that had always terrified me. I only finally got up the courage when my role in the musical required it of me. After conquering this fear, I realized it was no big deal, and I even ended up liking it. In many ways, dyeing my hair blonde was a transition for me very similar to the one we are all making today. Brown was my safety net. It had been all I'd ever known, and I couldn't imagine anything different. Today, as we leave the safety net behind, it is our responsibility to imagine something different. Fears can be all-consuming, but in my experience, after they are conquered, they lose their magnitude, and some kind of growth usually occurs. It will take all your breath, but it will become your will. The next 4 years, and wherever we all go after that, will certainly not be simple. We are going to be faced with decisions and challenges that will form us into people barely recognizable from what we are now. We are going to have great successes and huge failures. Think back to the last time you put on a cap and gown 4 years ago. How different were you back then? Chances are, in another 4 years, you will again be a completely new you. So embrace this new beginning. Find passions you never knew you had and take risks you never thought you could take. It will be the times that you step out of your comfort zone and take those risks that change you the most. So let today be a big finale for high school and the opening night to the rest of your life. Thank you.